Chimaev, guys. I teased you earlier. Teased you if you're following the channel. If not, scroll up a little bit. But we got to get to the bottom of this Chimaev business. It turns out, see, you want to know a character that I'm so interested in right now is Kamaru Usman. And I'm staying out of his way. I got Kamaru's number right here. You want to know who gets back to me as quick as anybody? Kamaru Usman. I haven't reached out to him. Haven't asked him. I want to call him right now. I want to call him on speaker, put it to the microphone. I want you guys to hear it. But I'm respecting what I'm seeing from Kamaru, which appears to be a resistance from media. Kamaru Usman, when he dropped the strap and dropped the rematch for the strap to Leon Edwards, was confronted with a table that had everything on it, which includes immediate rematch, and it included retirement. You could not be further apart. I'm never going to do it again I'm going to dig deeper than I've ever dug and get back to the top of the mountain. You couldn't be further apart, and he had everything there. Boy, if he would have retired, oh boy, we'd have talked about him so fondly. He'd have gone to that Hall of Fame. Oh, first ballot and fast. You think Khabib went in fast? You could expect the same for Kamaru Usman. That's what a great career he had. So everything was on the table. And then he went very quiet. And what did the quietness tell you? Because you want to know what it told me? That he was content. Quietness told me he was content. He was at peace. He was at peace with himself and with his career. And that leaned me towards he's going to walk. He's going to walk away. And he's going to walk away with a standing ovation. This is what I was leaning towards. He continues to stay quiet. He continues to keep his business to himself. Ali continues to support this and let this happen. They're staying radio quiet, and Dana lets a cat out of the bag. Dana said that Kamaru Usman wants the Chimaev fight so badly that he has been down to the office to lobby for it. That he called and texted and FaceTimed, and he has finally now showed up on campus to lobby for this match. I would assume that means to speak to Mick, to speak to Sean, to find Hunter, to corner Dana. I would assume, and I respect all of those things, right? I hope he went to Craig and Lawrence and just rounded out his bases of executives. I really do. I love that he did that. But guess what Dana said about it? Dana liked the fight. He liked it a lot. But guess what Dana said? You see, because Dana speaks in a language, right? Where he's giving you information with how committing to something. He's giving you some clues with how telling the whole story. So he has this language. And Dana said, I love the fight. I don't do catch weights. Okay. I would then assume that Kamaru Usman wants to do it at a catch weight. Am I right to assume that? I would think so. But it was Chimaev whose last fight was actually done at a catch weight. So the fact that he asked for it is possible. I don't think that's what's happening, but it's possible. And what incredible irony we would have. Could you imagine? Chimaev wanted to fight Usman so bad. He was world champion. Usman knew I'm probably going to fight Chimaev someday. Whatever, and I'll see you when you get to me. Now it's Usman that's hunting Chimaev at a different weight, possibly a catch, that we would all know without even being told is your number one contender's bout, right? If we put Chimaev versus Usman at 185 pounds, John Morgan can stand up and ask Dana, is this a number one contender's mount? Or John Morgan could just go to his website and post the headline, this is the number one contender's mount, right? Like we all know. And that would be incredible irony that these two guys that were going to fight for a championship are now fighting for a contendership for a championship at a different weight class. I mean, this is really fascinating stuff. Kamaru Usman versus Israel Adesanya is not something Kamaru Usman wants to do. That is for a deeper tie. That is for a nationalistic tie-in that is larger than anything we've ever seen in the sport, quite literally, of any excuse that we have ever had. This is a teammate, this is a friend, this is an old training partner. Those are good things, man. That's awkward. That's awkward, and your friendship, that really means something. This is much deeper. Much, much deeper. And I don't think that we need to get in the way. But you see Dana's problem. Dana's problem is that Dana would agree with what I just said, which is, If Chimaev and Usman fight, they do it at 185, and it's a number one contenders match. Everybody's got to understand that. In most cases, that would be great news. You've got to understand that. And the only reason that Kamaru Usman would be asking for a catch weight is because it would allow him to go back to 170 and not force him at 185 to go against his countrymen. And that's big. That's big stuff. I think we understand that. I don't know what the workaround is. I don't know how we work around it. I don't know how much longer Adesanya plans to stay at 185. I think that will have to do with how quickly it takes Pereira to get to the top at 205. That's a problem for another day. Chimaev versus Kamaru Usman tells us how hungry Kamaru Usman still is. We believe Kamaru is asking for a catch weight, which means he hasn't officially left 170, but he's considering it. And Kamaru Usman, I don't know this, I'd have to look it up. But Kamaru Usman's handle on Twitter is Usman85. Now, it might be like K_85. It might even be 84. Do you know what that 84 stands for? That 85? 86? Do you know what it stands for, though, guys? Kilograms. It was the freestyle weight class that Kamaru Usman competed at. Competed at 85 kilograms. I could have the number. It was 84, it's 86. You got it. Right now, it's currently 86. When I did it, it was 85. They actually moved it 2.2 pounds. Can you believe that? My point is this. That's who he was. That's who he was, to the point that it was part of his identity. It was part of his identity to the fact that he made his social media handle and put it in there out of respect. A lot of wrestlers do that. But 84, 85, 86 kilograms, just so you understand, converts to 185 pounds. So it's a matter of Kamaru Usman returning to the weight class that perhaps he never should have left. But it's also a matter of Kamaru Usman returning to a number one contendership in the very match that he wants at a weight class that he doesn't want to fight the current champion. He wants to be champion. He's good enough to be champion. But he doesn't want to bring down the champion. And it is for easily, the greatest reason that we've ever had for two guys not wanting to fight. I don't want to mess with it. I don't think anybody does. At the same time, we need a remedy. So please tell me, if you were put in this position, what would your solution be?